What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with more T-Mobile Bianchi here on PCM 2020, and today we are coming off some good results at the Larry Miller Tour of Utah, but we have our biggest race of the season. So ranking our objectives by importance, you can see our 4-star objective on the air at the Deutschland Tour, an HC category race. This isn't going to be easy at all against some very high quality opposition, but they do want us to get some stage wins. And so this will be the last race I do show until actually the World Championships and the Tour of Croatia. We can maybe try and include that one in one episode, that kind of final few weeks of this season. So potentially the penultimate episode of season 1 today. And looking at the parcours here at the Deutschland Tour, of course, where T-Mobile do originate, you can see we have a flatter stage, a hilly one on stage 2, a long one as well, 215k, more hills on stage 3, and then stage 4, a few hills, but maybe one for the sprinters. And so looking at our squad for this race, we are led by Rick Zabel in the sprints, but we also have the likes of Jonas Rutsch, Marcus Burkhardt as well, two very strong, really classics riders that I think are suited to this race. We have Marcus Wildauer, Alessandro Covi, Simon Pello and Georg Zimmermann as well. Getting underway then, you can see not the best race days for us, particularly with Zabel on this -1 day. Really, this is the only stage I see him definitely having a chance to sprint for the win. But anyhow, we can take a look at the start list. You can see we have the likes of Mark Hirschi, Nils Eckhoff here, Victor Campenerz, Valentin Madouar as well. Some fairly decent riders at this race. Okay then, Jonas Rutsch up the road on a very good day as well. You can see the riders in this group. We're by far the strongest rider here. We'll probably wait for Brescia as well. And we do have 3 minutes already on the peloton. Okay then, we are approaching the intermediate sprint, and you can see the peloton have now cut the gap to just 90 seconds to that breakaway. And we're gonna try and take these points with Rutsch across the line pretty close, and we got 4 points right there. Decent stuff for Jonas Rutsch. Okay, so the pace very high in the peloton, and we are seeing some splits start to form. Rutsch still in a group of 3 riders up the road, 18k to go. I think our chance at stage victory is pretty much gone right here. So look at this, the guys in the peloton are tiring slowly, and Rutsch still up front with these 3 riders. 13k to go, how do I play this? Do I go for the sprints or try and give Rutsch a chance? And 12k to go, I think we have to try and go solo. Let's try it right now with Jonas Rutsch over the top of this climb on the right hand side of the road, and Rutsch does get a small lead on those guys in the breakaway. Let's pace maybe 82 for a little bit, try and keep them behind and sort out our sprint train as well. So we have 8k to go in this one. Jonas Rutsch still out front by himself, and can we go solo to the line? Of course, it's going to be very, very difficult. We're just trying to stay to the front as well with our sprinters. I'll put Rutsch to 75, use everyone else's gels. Can this be our chance at a stage in the Deutschland Tour? I think Rutsch sadly is just going to be caught before the line, so let's focus on our sprinters. Great effort by Jonas Rutsch today. He is now done though. Burkhardt bringing our guys right to the front of this group. Let's put Zabel in the best position possible. We now have 3k to go. I've probably got too many riders in this group as well, but Zimmermann coming right to the front of the peloton. This is pretty much perfect right here. He can sprint, Pello can sprint, Wildauer can probably sprint as well, and Rick Zabel going for the line into the final kilometre. Not the best lead out at all, but Rick Zabel going for the stage, and Rick Zabel wins stage 1 of the Deutschland Tour. What a start to the race. Rick Zabel on top of the podium at his home tour. You love to see it. Well then, that was the perfect start to our race. We get our sponsor objective already. Can we push for a few more stages as well? Quick note here as well, really nice to see that a few of our German riders really happy to be riding their national tour. So then we head to the punchy stage, and we go straight into Mark Hirschi and Valentin Madouar territory. This is going to be very difficult to stop those 2 guys. Getting underway then, we have Rick Zabel in that leader's jersey, looking very, very nice indeed. I would like to put Covi or Burkhardt in today's break. Not quite sure who our leader is overall. Maybe Jonas Rutsch. We'll see how our guys are feeling. So we already have Covey up the roads, as you see in this group of 6 behind those 2 riders out front. And I have just attacked with Marcus Burkhardt as well, and it does seem the peloton pretty happy with this move. And the man to watch today, probably not Volta, although he is very good, is Mark Hirschi, of course, after beating Gino Marda in that Swiss national jersey. So we have had this sprint and we do have some KOM points. To be honest, I'm not too worried about this competition. So I'll just try and keep our guys to the front of this group rather than really expend too much energy going for these sprints. So then as we approach the first real climb today in the final in today's break, it's been a mammoth stage already, over 200k of course. I have decided Marcus Burkhardt is going to work for Alessandro Covey today. Burkhardt has great stamina, but Covey much punchier overall. So I think this finish will suit him a little more. We'll see if Burkhardt and the rest of these guys can keep this breakaway some way ahead of the peloton. So Marcus Burkhardt has done a fantastic job. Almost everyone else in the breakaway really struggling, but Alessandro Covey looking absolutely brilliant. Sat on the big German's wheel, and I think we can try and drop them over this next climb. We're down to 108 riders still in the peloton. Here we go then. Burkhardt is now done. What a ride today. He can drop back to the peloton right now. Covey can try and attack away from these guys. I think we're going to drop most of them pretty quickly. We'll try and pace 84 to the top of that climb right now. And there you go. Covey has dropped everyone else in that breakaway. Does he have a chance of going solo to the line right now? And look at this then, we're quickly down to 50 riders in the peloton after that steep incline. Few more coming back on. Covey the only man left out front. 24k to go and Covey is finally caught from that breakaway. Great ride by him. He is now done though. Jonas Ruch coming to the front of this group, and now we can try and up the tempo with Georg Zimmermann on the front of this group, as we have a fast tempo by Movistar and Quickstep. And so look at the riders. We are dropping the likes of Tobias Foss, Nils Eckhoff, Lucas Postelberger out the back. We're down to 27 riders at the front of this group coming into this intermediate sprint as well. Just one short climb remaining now. So 12k to go right now. Zimmermann is done for the day, and I'm going to try something right here with Simon Pello. He is going to try and attack away from this group, but Mark Hirschi straight onto his wheel, so maybe not the best idea from us, but Pello giving everything to try and put some separation into some of these riders, but he is now not going to be able to create any separation, so he can go to 90. Jonas Ruch is the man to now attack for us, and Jonas Ruch going off the front. Mark Hirschi a bit slow to respond right there. Jonas Ruch trying to stay away, but so difficult from the Swiss champion. Verona trying to follow. Let's try and pace 95 over the top of this climb. Try and drop as many riders as possible with Jonas Ruch, and Jonas Ruch going off the front very briefly with Mark Hirschi. Cataneo attacking up to us, and just a few select riders able to follow at this stage. So at this point, Mark Hirschi is going to have to do some work. So is Cataneo, but everyone else does now come back on, and we have 12 riders all together in this final. Sadly, I don't think Ruch has a chance today. Tusveld on the attack. Can I try and follow him? Maybe. We just don't have the sprints to compete for this one, I don't think. But Tusveld's opening it up nice and early. There goes Mark Hirschi going for the line. I'll try and jump in his wheel, try and come past him into the final kilometre. But Mark Hirschi wins stage 2 of the Deutschland Tour. Good ride by Ruch, but not quite the results we hoped for today. So not quite the second stage win we hoped for today. Mark Hirschi goes into the lead overall. You can see the other standings, how they look right here. Up next then, a second stage in a row, which is very punchy indeed and going to be very difficult to stop this man right here. So I tried to get Zabel in today's breakaway. He was not allowed up the road, but we do have Georg Zimmermann here to help our leaders out later in the stage, or if not, go for the stage win. Ooh, tough moment for the team here as Simon Pello does fall in this group, including Mark Hirschi. Okay, and that is quite something. Do I tempo on the fronts? I'm not going to, but let's see what happens. And we do have a high tempo right now with the race leader currently behind. But Hershey back in now and right to the front of the main group. So like earlier in the race, not too interested in this KOM competition, but Zimmermann looking pretty good at the front of the race. We're keeping the tempo high on these climbs like right here, and we still have 3 minutes back to the main group. So 30k to go. We are seeing some attacks from this breakaway as Corporation has stopped really sadly, and we have just 1 minute now back to the peloton. I don't think Zimmermann is going to have a chance at the stage. So at this point, 25k to go. We're going to come to the front of this group and try and attack away from these guys, try and hopefully form a smaller group up the roads, as I think we have some weaker riders now clinging on at the front. So again, Zimmermann trying one last dish effort to get off the front, but we're unable to right here. And you can see the peloton joining the breakaway, it seems. Zimmermann just going off the front briefly. We'll continue at 75, but I think our best tactic right now is to go for a stage win with Markus Wildauer. So here we go, 11k to go. It's Alpecin Phoenix trying to bring in that breakaway. I think Zimmermann will be caught. We'll put him on automatic, and that should be pretty fine. I'm going to put Ruch actually on maintain position. That should be fine. Covey, we won't bring in that break, but we want to stay right to the front of this group until this climb right here. Let's go straight to 92. Zimmermann is done up the road, the most combative riders today, but he will end up being caught right here. And can Wildauer challenge for this stage win? A good sprinter, 70 sprint. We also need Ruch to the front as well. We'll put him up to 93, but Wildauer staying right to the front of this group. So we have just 31 riders now at the front into the final 5 kilometers. Madouar attacking off the front. 29 riders are here. We need to use our gels. Hopefully Wildauer, I think, is one of the strongest sprinters remaining in this group. Ruch up to 90 as we have a few attacks into the final few kilometers. Ruch can go right now with 2k to go. Wildauer, can he open up the sprints at the right time? Maybe left this slightly too late, but Wildauer going for the stage. Can we take it in the sprint? I don't think so, as Samuel Battistella, heartbreak for Wildauer in second place behind Battistella. A very good stage, but Battistella just too quick in that sprint. Really close today, but Battistella, a punchy rider, very similar to Wildauer actually when you look at that attribute. Slightly stronger overall perhaps, and the 21-year-old Italian for NCT getting the win ahead of some very good riders. Burson Hagen actually leading out Battistella, it seems. On to the final stage then here in Germany, heading to Stuttgart today. Will it be for Zabel as they seem to predict pre-stage, or maybe for a puncher with those hills in the final? So we are underway here today, and I won't lie to you, I would love to put Jonas Ruch in today's breakaway. Don't think he'll be allowed. Let's try and see what happens. So sadly, Ruch not allowed in today's break. Let's give up on that idea, I think. So instead, I've chosen to pace really hard up this climb. Ruch is still at the front, and I'm hoping he can take some of those bonus seconds at this intermediate sprint. So we did actually drop a couple riders over that first climb. Not really my intention, but we do now come to this intermediate sprint, and like I said, those bonus seconds would be brilliant. So let's try and attack away in about 500 meters. We'll wait for about 3.5k to go. Zimmermann up to 99. He can try a little attack. He can now probably sit up, go back to the peloton. Jonas Ruch, can he get away and take those seconds? Let's try it on 90. Basker trying to bring him in, but Ruch up to 95, trying his best to stay away for those points. We're going to sprint for them as well. Ruch going for the seconds, and I think we're going to get seconds behind Basker, but we do get 2 bonus seconds right there. Not quite sure if that was worth it. So we currently have 5 riders up the road with about 1.5 minutes on the chasing peloton, and I've put Zimmermann to the front to try and chase them down because I do want some of those bonus seconds again. So Burkhardt coming to the front of the peloton, trying to drive it on. You can see the guys from that breakaway coming apart up the roads. Burkhardt laying down a super hard tempo right now on this climb. He can maybe go to 95. We still have 5.5k to go before we get to that intermediate sprint, and just one rider left out front as Burkhardt actually going off the front, and this is our opportunity, I believe, for Ruch to attack away as he's doing right here. We're pace 90 towards that intermediate sprint and hopefully some bonus seconds as well. Burkhardt, keep pacing at 84 because he can pick up third place as well if that is possible. Make sure everyone else staying towards the front of this group, and up the roads we do have Ruch taking 2 more bonus seconds that could be pretty valuable indeed. And so again, we have some intermediate sprint points coming up, and somehow I've just ridden off the front with Schwartzman and Ruch on Burkhardt's wheel this time. Burkhardt go up to 90, try and push this towards that sprint. Why not? Right here, can we maybe take more seconds and maybe push Mark Hirschi for the overall? Burkhardt up to 95, Ruch can sprint away, and you know what? Ruch can try and go for the stage right now. Let's see if he can stay away of this group, although he doesn't have too much energy in fairness. So maybe not my best idea, as I forgot to get water. That is not a good idea either. 2.5k to go up this climb, and I think Ruch is going to have to sit up. So Ruch now caught by the peloton. He can sit on the back of our sprint train, I believe. Covey coming to the front. We have 6k to go. Let's push this to about 90 over this climb as Grosser is the man pacing for Bikeade. I don't want to drop Jonas Ruch, so I'm looking out for his energy, but he is able to stay here just about, and I think Pello and the rest of those guys can sit up. We have 5k to go at the front of the race. Everyone can now use their gels. 3.5k to go. It's downhill almost to the line, so Covey can start sprinting right now. Maybe even too late actually, but we're going to try it like this. Wildauer now, and then into that final kilometre. Rick Zabel can now sprint for the stage. Can Rick Zabel take it in a sprint? It's going to be close. Rick Zabel, can we come through at the end? Yes, we can. Rick Zabel just about taking his second stage at the Deutschland Tour. Rick Zabel is the man at the Deutschland Tour with 2 stage wins to his name. What a rider. And you can see Jonas Ruch does claim second overall in the GC. Very, very happy with that. Not quite able to overtake Mark Hirschi. Zabel's second in the points jersey as well. So maybe I could have focused on that. However, cannot complain with 2 stage wins. And we do pick up some very nice prize money, another 20k almost in the bank, 250k right now. So guys, that'll be it for today's episode, and next up we do have the Worlds and the Tour of Croatia, also the Giro Münsterland, which probably is a chance for hopefully Marcus Burkhardt or maybe Jonas Ruch, but we will be rounding out season 1 in the next episode, so I hope you're looking forward to that. But if you enjoyed today, remember to smash that like button on this video. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one.